a great parent is about always doing anything possible to empower that child, to make that child feel like they matter, they're important to you, that you nurture them in every way you can think about. You hug them, you hold them, you assure them that you're going to be there for them, you're going to always love them, and that even when other things in your life have upset you, or other things are distracting you, or the job that you go to work to, not because you'd rather be there than be with the child, but because you have to go there to be able to earn the money so that you can buy the food to feed the child, or buy the clothes for the child, or the toys for the child, or the computers, or whatever it is they want, or the vacations. They all cost money, and the only way you get money is by working, if you're middle class like I was. What is important is to always try to do the NLP thing, the neuro-linguistic programming. The issue is over there, behind that door, not here with you, my love, my little darling. No, the problem is not with you. The problem is all those other things, all these things outside, beyond the wall that's in front of us, that is our home, that protects us, that brings you and me together, that makes us be who we are, what we are, a family. Always do anything you can to make that child know that they're loved, adored, and thought about all the time. And when you're away at work, it really, really doesn't matter what you're doing. You're thinking about that child. My children are 64, 60, and almost 49. And they're still my children. I don't talk to them or see them. I live in Ecuador. The boys were manipulated. And the girl, she's always been so special. But she's such an incredible workaholic that she is just incapable of taking time for herself. It's very, very sad. I feel like my role as a mother, as a workaholic, was the worst thing I could have ever done for her. She's told me that I was her mentor more than her mom, and I can believe that, but that doesn't mean I did a good job. So you're here because you want to do a good job. You want to know what I know now, what I didn't know at 15, what I didn't know at just barely 19. What I didn't know because my mother never taught me anything but how to make banana bread. She didn't show me how to clean the house. Oh no, she did teach me one other thing, how to iron a Air Force shirt. Right. Even when it was cutting my father's hair, I had to figure it out on my own. I had to figure out how to clean the house on my own. I was like a roommate she didn't like and certainly didn't want. And her beating me was the cost of my rent. I always felt like if there's any way she would have charged me rent, even though I left home at 15. It's odd, you know, we carry those things with us because I didn't know how to be a mother, and she didn't know how to be a mother. She had no idea how to be a mother. Her mother left when she was a child. She was left with her 2 brothers to take care of and to be the woman of the house with her dad. So she had no knowledge of what to do. And my stepmother got pregnant right away after they got married, and she spent the time in bed because she was a very old woman to be having a child. And she had my beloved Uncle Stanley, who I just absolutely adored, and I adored her too, which harmed my mother tremendously. She didn't want someone else, but yet she didn't know how to love me because I wasn't male, and she didn't know how to teach me how to be a mother, and that's a real problem, you know. Fortunately, I had a mother-in-law who was an absolute angel and taught me all the things that I should have known before I got married that I had no idea about. And the nuns also, I was in a nunnery for a while, and they were wonderful. They taught me cooking and cleaning dishes and how to get along with brothers and sisters. Well, not brothers, but girls, other girls. There were lots of girls there, and I'd never had a sibling, so I didn't know how to get along. And I never had friends long enough because we moved so much. And it was wonderful. But that's what you need. You need somebody to teach you how to be a mom. And there's lots and lots of books out there. Now, Benjamin Spock was very popular in the 50s. I think it came out in the late 40s. But it wasn't exactly what I would have called the right book to teach. And in the 50s, everything was about spare the rod, spoil the child. We're all beaten. That was the name of the game. We came from the silent generation, which went through the Depression and World War II, who were very well behaved because they lived on farms, they all had jobs, they all had so much responsibility, and we were the baby boomer generation, and we were born right after the war, and everybody was happy and joyful and so forth and so on, and it was just really a difficult generation, actually. And we've caused a lot of issues because there were so many of us, and now there's so many of us to the end of our lives. And that's causing health situations because most of us don't have health insurance. And fortunately we do. My husband and I have health insurance here in Ecuador. And I'm going to tell you that we pay $96 a month for my 85-year-old husband and his 79-year-old wife. And we have full coverage for dental, glasses, doctor visits, hospital. When I had my last hip replaced, it cost me not a cent. When he had his last heart surgery, it was $13.90. So we're covered under health insurance here, but we wouldn't have been in the United States. So life can be tough if you have no one to teach you how to be a parent. So the most important thing is try to improve the child's self-esteem. That doesn't mean spoil them to death, because then they have no self-esteem because they don't think you care about them. All you are is a paycheck, a pocketbook, a place to go to get what you want. And they give it to you because they feel guilty, and so they give you money. That is not what you want. You want somebody who's authoritarian, who makes them behave, but does it with love, nurturing, adoring them, letting them know all the time how much you care for them, how important they are to you. I know how mine are. I only have memories now, but it's okay, because I did my best. That's all I could do as a child. When I learned recently that your mind is not completely developed with logic until after you're 24 years old, wow, that really helped, because I had my first two when I was a child. No good. Any questions? Ask me down below. If you want to come to my school, check at the end of the video, and it'll tell you how to come. It's free. I'm happy to talk to you about anything, because if I know anything about anything, I want to share it with somebody who wants that information. And maybe this will go to somebody who needs it. I hope so. That's why I'm doing it. Thank you.